Make no mistake, Kanye West is one of the most polarizing artists of our time. I mean, he rose from humble beginnings as a producer to become one of the most recognized musical acts in the world. But some say he doesn't deserve his success, that he's brass and impulsive, and that he needs to tone down the interruptions. Okay, yeah, definitely maybe the last one. Do people miss the old Kanye? Do they hate the new Kanye? And what's with all these different kinds of Kanyes? Hey guys, what's up? I'm Lauren Mayhew, and since 2016 is looking more and more like another Kanye-filled year, especially with his latest album success and his social media game at an all-time high, we figured it was a good time to explore whether Kanye's God complex might actually have some merit. So, some people might call his actions crazy, but MicDrop is counting down the 9 reasons why Kanye is actually a genius. Let's roll it! Number 1, he's exceptionally creative. According to the Oxford American Dictionary, a genius is a person who's exceptionally intelligent or creative. And right off the bat, Kanye fits that to a T. He's most known for his massive list of song hits, but Kanye has created so much more than his 8 full-length albums. I mean, the guy started fashion lines like Yeezy, made short films such as Runaway, and embarked on some of the most eye-popping, jaw-dropping tours that music fans have ever seen, including his 2013 Yeezus tour. Creativity at its best. I mean, who's to argue with the Oxford American Dictionary? Number 2, he surrounds himself with the best people. It's no secret that you tend to be like the people that you spend the most time with. Kanye apparently took this notion to heart by working hard to surround himself with the best in the game. Musically, he's one of Jay-Z's best buds and has worked with the likes of Nas, Eminem, Bon Iver, and even U2. In the fashion world, he's buddies with Anna Wintour and has worked alongside top designers in both men's and women's clothing. Wow, can I join his clique? Even his media company, Donda, was created just so that he could work with people from varied artistic backgrounds. And who better to teach him how to effectively use his social media than his wife, multimedia maven Kim Kardashian. Kanye is smart enough to recognize that if he wants to be a genius, he has to hang out with other geniuses. Not a bad move, Mr. West. Number 3, he was a diligent student. Kanye's loving mother strove for him to be the best possible version of himself. She even ensured that he attended good schools and got him accepted to a prestigious exchange program at China's Nanjing University at the age of 10. But she also encouraged young Kanye to pursue his artistic passions as well. He wrote poetry and raps as a kid, convinced his mom to let him spend time in recording studios, and, most importantly, found mentors who are willing to help lift Kanye higher. Producers like Grammy nominees No ID and D-Dot helped Kanye find his footing and got him ready to record albums with Roc-A-Fella Records when Jay-Z came a-callin'. Even now, while he certainly couldn't be described as humble, Kanye is definitely willing to entertain the opinions of others. This was proved with the release of his 7th album, The Life of Pablo, when he added the song Waves back at the 11th hour because his collaborator, Chance the Rapper, pushed for it. Apparently, old Kanye can still learn new tricks. Number 4, his sound is constantly progressing. Though it may seem like Kanye is living in his own little musical bubble, we think that bubble is a pretty cool place to hang out. Kanye first became known for his producing style for sampling soul music and increasing the tempo to chipmunk speed. These hit beats played on radios nationwide and brought Kanye star status. As popular as this style became, Kanye went in a different direction for his next album, Late Registration, incorporating orchestral elements and working with popular film composer John Bryan to create a more cinematic sound. Why did he go through all this trouble? So he wouldn't come off as lazy. Work it. Since then, Kanye continues to change his musical tactics with every album he puts out. He's created radio-friendly rap anthems, mopey minimalist synth songs, modern masterpieces, gospel-style pieces, and even went against the modern hip-hop with the harsh industrial sounds of Yeezus. Kanye's also pioneered the new trend of not rapping about violence or drug dealing like many of the rappers before him, but instead finds different topics to cover in his songs. This helped change the image of rap and R&B music and pave the way for new artists like The Weeknd, Childish Gambino, and Drake to also rap about other topics. It's clear that once Kanye masters a sound, he moves on to the next one. Some might call that ADD. We call it talent. Number 5, he undergoes hardships. Great artists experience great hardships. Van Gogh cut off his own ear. Michelangelo spent 4 years of his life on the Sistine Chapel. Katy Perry had to give up her Christian music career. Harrison Ford made Indiana Jones 4. Maybe not that last one. But the point is, Kanye West has had a fair share of hardships in the process of putting his work out there in the world. First of all, Kanye has been part of a few highly public breakups. One with Alexis Pfeiffer, which led to a ahead of its time album, 808s and Heartbreak, and another with Amber Rose, which led to one of the most talked about Twitter hashtags, tweeted by Rose. Most recently, and perhaps more jarring, was Kanye's confession of being $53 million million in debt. I mean, when you look at some of the set pieces of his tours and fashion shows, you can see why he's so far in the hole, but you can also appreciate his work for the artistic accomplishment that it ultimately is. We appreciate Kanye's struggles, and that led to some amazing art. Number 6, he married Kim Kardashian. Though he wasn't the first to marry her, Kanye has been the first to marry and stay with the worldwide famous Kardashian sister and have her children. Kim has been the fantasy of many men for years, and while most men couldn't even get within reach of her, let alone charm her, Kanye managed to meet Kim and sweep her off her feet. How do you impress a woman who already has it all? Be a genius. Kanye has even included his wife in his art, referencing her in his music and even writing songs just for her like Awesome and Perfect. In addition, Kanye recently dressed the Kardashian family for his Yeezy-3 fashion show at Madison Square Garden, not only becoming a part of the most famous family in the country, but also having them promote his fashion line. Another brilliant move as a music and fashion icon. More points to you, Yeezy. Number 7, he doesn't let fame change him. Kanye has always given off that vibe that he is on top of the world. His music is full of references to money, power, success. Yet he's one of those rare celebrities who's okay with living an unfiltered life, showing off both his highs and his lows. The first track he ever laid down as a solo artist, Through the Wire, was recorded just days after he was in a car accident that left him with his jaw wired shut. As his career progressed, he found more and more ways to rap about the pros and cons of being a massive celebrity without sacrificing his street cred. Not to mention that Kanye is one of the most religious rappers out there, with many references to Christianity and heavy gospel influence spread throughout the music. Anyone remember Jesus Walks? So sure, Kanye might call himself a god sometimes, but his actions show that he considers himself a guy with flaws, just like the rest of us. And he often uses his music to show us that his humanity hasn't disappeared. Number 8, he's not afraid to stand up for people. Knowing his influence is one of Kanye's best traits because it puts him in a position to help enact change simply by making a statement. He has memorably defended Beyonce several times, stood up to MTV for giving out awards just to increase ratings rather than recognizing artists for talent, and he even scorns paparazzi for their shady tactics. Most famously, Kanye stood up for the black community when he called out President George W. Bush during a benefit for Hurricane Katrina, alleging that he mismanaged aid efforts for those in need.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Kanye is bold and rash in ways that most of us cannot be. He's inspiring, and not just musically, but on a community level as well. Like other great artists before him who questioned authority and called out the world's ills, Kanye is the voice of the people. Maybe him running for president wouldn't be so bad after all, or it would. Number 9, he's got a lot of critics. The biggest sign that Kanye is actually a genius is that there are dozens of people who think he's not. And yeah, we get it. Kanye has zero filter. I mean, he's bum rushed the stage during Taylor Swift's winning speech. He started Twitter wars, and he even said that Bill Cosby was innocent. Yikes. But the thing is, geniuses don't always seem to be so in the mass public. Galileo, the famous scientist who figured out that the Earth orbits around the sun, was nearly put to death for his statements. Steve Jobs, former head of Apple, made almost as many friends in the tech world as he did enemies in his quest for innovation. Lars von Trier, one of the world's most acclaimed filmmakers, has made some of the strangest works of art that disgust the general public, but that has also been critically praised. Geniuses love company, but they also tend to have a lot of haters. Kanye isn't your average everyday guy, but if he was, he wouldn't be a genius. As he puts it himself on the song Feedback, name one genius that isn't crazy. Touche. Thanks for watching the 9 reasons Kanye is actually a genius. Which one is your favorite? Did we miss any reason? Let us know in the comments below. And make sure to like and subscribe. See you later, guys.